And the Toros try to begin a brand new winning streak tonight when they host the Phoenix Giants in Game 3 of their 4-game Pacific Coast League Series over at High Corbett Field. Last night, the Giants snapped Tucson's 6-game victory string, beating the Toros 6-2. These are the KIKX radio studios on Tucson's northwest side. Last year, KIKX broadcast all of the Toros games, both home and away. This year, they aren't. In fact, no radio station in town picked up the broadcast rights. And this has a lot of Toros fans pretty steamed.
It's to a point now where I feel as though not being on the air has affected attendance and will affect attendance throughout the entire season. The fact that we are on the air and people stay home and listen to it is primarily concerning the senior citizens and the paraplegics that can't get out to the park.
After 11, 12 years, listening to them, following them, it's really discouraging. And I know the ball players, they say hello to their wives, and I know Jimmy Johnson, even the manager, he's really upset about this whole thing.
All I can surmise is that it's a dollar and cents thing, but it's too bad that the radio station, somebody didn't have enough initiative to have it, because I think it's certain fan appeal. So in the long run, I think the Toros are going to get hurt, because there's a lot of people that can't get out here to every ball game but want to stay up with the ball club, and especially when we go on the road.
And as I say, we listened to every one, even when they were in Hawaii last year. They broadcast no games. I was up till 2 o'clock. One morning I did fall asleep before the game was over. But that's what you got to do.
Norma, what do you think about the fact that Toros aren't on the radio?
We're disappointed because we always listen to them when they're on the road, and we always brought our radios to the games and listened to them while they were here too, for the color that it added to it. And a lot of times they would get reports up there what some had gone on the field that we weren't aware of, and clarify things that the ump might have called. And I think we lose a lot of contact by them not being on the road.
And tonight at 10 o'clock, Jim Scopac, the general manager of KIKX Radio, will get his chance to give you his explanation for why the Toros at least aren't on his station this year. More news after this timeout.
I used to be...
Well, the Toros started a brand new winning streak tonight, scoring a 5-3 triumph over the Phoenix Giants in Pacific Coast League baseball at High Corbett Field. Just last night, the Giants stopped a 6-game Tucson victory streak, but Tucson, which couldn't seem to find a way to win at the start of the year, is red hot now. Once again, they win tonight 5-3. Their record now 12-17 with a long, long way to go. Now, you Toros fans aren't going to like this, but apparently your team comes in a distant second to country and Western music when it comes to what Tucson radio listeners want to hear. As you all know by now, no local radio station is broadcasting the Toros this season. At 5 o'clock, we heard from some fans who were mighty irate about that. Jim Scopac tells the other side of the story tonight. Scopac is the general manager at KIKX Radio. That's the station that carried the Toros network in 1980. Today, he told me why his station wasn't interested in doing it again.
Well, I feel for the people that are missing the broadcasts. We went into this venture with the idea of trying to get more actively involved in the community and give the people something that we felt was a worthwhile venture. Unfortunately, that spring, the Arbitron ratings were taken, and when the results came out, for some unknown reason, we had lost 80% of our listening audience.
This is spring of 1980.
Right. And in reviewing that, our audience, 7 to midnight, when most of the games aired, had gone down drastically, but audience had also left us throughout the day. And the problem was that the Toros baseball was the only thing that we had deviated from the fall of 1978, where we had a 4.9 rating, put us 4th in the market in women and 2nd in morning drive in men. This affected our income, and when we rolled around to the fall and tried to consider doing the Toros baseball broadcast again in 1981, I came to the decision that at this point in time, with Candy Country going on the air and KCUB already being on the air country, I was going to be in a head-to-head fight with 2 other country stations, and what it boiled down to is I didn't want to take the gamble.
And we'll be back with more news with Bert and Nina right after this timeout.